Yo, what up? This is Kenny, and in this video I'm going to go over how to do hop jumpers in 2K25. I made a very similar video to this last year in 2K24, but there's been some changes this year, so we're going to redo this video and go over the new methods. I'm going to show you how to do each method, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each method, and then you can decide which one is best for you. In 2K25, you can do hop jumpers using your square button, your right stick, or the new method, which is rhythm shooting. This year, to use the square method, you have to press and hold square the entire time. In years past, you could use a tap square method where you tap square once, slide your left stick, and then hit square again to take the shot. You can no longer do that. You have to hold square the whole time. Here's an example of the square method. Note I'm holding square the entire time till it's time to release. Also pay attention to how quick I slide my left stick. You have to slide your left stick just as you're pressing square pretty much. Otherwise you're going to go into a dribble pull-up. The right stick method is the same this year. Just hold turbo and pull back on the right stick whatever direction you want to hop. Release when it's time to release the shot. Keep in mind most people keep their right stick set to absolute as opposed to camera relative like your left stick. Rhythm shooting is a new thing this year that's supposed to boost your shot when you use it, and it can be used in all sorts of types of shots, including hop jumpers. This method is obviously very similar to the right stick method, but you slide your right stick up in rhythm with the release of your shot. Currently, just a couple weeks into the game, I'm still using the square method just because that's what I'm used to from past 2Ks. The advantage this year to the square method is that you keep your dribble when you cancel out of the animations, where in the past years in 2K24, 23, if you cancel out of the square method, you lose your dribble, you pick up the ball. The disadvantage to this change this year with the square method is I think it's actually impossible to do certain moves, and I'll show you what I mean with some examples here in a second. The other disadvantage with the square method I think for a lot of people is that it's just harder to control your player because you're using your left stick. Now your left stick is set to camera relative. That's a default setting you cannot change. That's how you control your player. Where you aim your left stick is the direction your player runs. And the challenge with the square method I think is that you're already using your left stick. So when you're doing a moving hop jumper especially, you're already aiming your left stick in a direction to run. Then you press square and you have to slide your left stick very quickly to the new direction you want to hop. So this just sort of leaves a bit of room for error. Whereas with the right stick method or the rhythm shooting method where you're using your right stick as well, it's easier to aim your right stick as you're running because your right thumb is already free. You're not using your right stick for anything else other than maybe a crossover or whatever. The driving towards the basket animations are usually something people struggle with. I get a lot of questions about it in my comment sections and whatnot. So I'm going to show how to do that for each method here real quick. The key is the left stick for all methods. So with the square method, it's about sliding your left stick quick enough. With the other two methods, it's about releasing your left stick just as you slide your right stick. The problem is if you don't deal with your left stick quick enough, regardless of the method, you're going to go into a layup animation. You really just got to get in the lab and practice this kind of shit so you have the timing right so it's kind of muscle memory. These animations are honestly why I liked the tap square method in 2K24 and 2K23 is because you would avoid ever going into a layup using that method. So we just got to keep practicing and getting better. Another issue I'm having with the square method is anytime you're already sprinting in the direction you want to hop, you're already pointing your left stick in that direction, so it doesn't do a hop, it does a pull up. So if I want to do either of these animations, for example, I've been using the right stick method instead. Like I said, I've been using the square method the first few weeks of the game just because that's what I'm so used to. That's what I've been doing the last few years. But so far in 2K25, it's looking like rhythm shooting gives a really nice boost to your shot, and it's the best way to maintain a pure green window. So I'm probably going to start practicing rhythm shooting a little bit more and try to incorporate it into my game a little bit. Here's my main rec 6'6" point guard I've been running for the most part. This build was pretty easy to grind because I don't have too many Hall of Fame or Legend badges. Here's the animations I got on right now, though I mess with this all the time. And here's my jump shot, though it's nothing to write home about. Alright, thanks for checking out the video. I'll catch you on the next one.